Imagine a place where time feels stuck, where the same road loops back into itself, and where people learn to mind their own business. Now picture that mindset meeting a child, again and again, with no one asking questions. In Hamden, Ohio, that question arrived late. On June 30th, 2026, investigators entered a home on Omer Street. Inside, they found 16 children living in conditions authorities described as horrific and dangerous. The youngest was about 18 months old, the oldest 18. Some children were in such severe condition that medical care came first. 7 were taken to hospitals, and 2 were flown to trauma centers. Even after the rescue, officials noted that several children remained seriously ill. 4 adults were arrested and charged: Gary Siders Jr., Elizabeth Siders, Gary Siders Sr., and Christina Siders. Each faces 16 counts of endangering children. All 4 pleaded not guilty, and the case is still unfolding in court. What makes this case especially chilling is not only what was found, but how long it likely took to become visible. Authorities said there were limited school records and limited medical contact. Investigators also believe the family avoided creating government and healthcare footprints for years. That detail matters. When a child misses school, communities often look for patterns. When appointments do not happen, doctors may ask follow-up questions. But if a child is kept out of view, those normal checkpoints can fail, one quiet absence at a time. Investigators also described children who could not speak, and even the oldest could not spell her name. Those are not just symptoms, they are signals that development was being interrupted, that communication and learning were being treated as optional. Officials said the children were found with human waste, filth, and a damaged home. They described an environment cut off from ordinary childhood. No school, no playgrounds, no birthday parties with friends, just isolation. And yet, this discovery came through search warrants tied to an ongoing investigation, not through a clear early report that told the full story. In other words, the house may have been cracked open because of something adjacent, and only then did the full scope come into focus. Vinton County officials said they do not believe this was human trafficking, describing it instead as an intra-family situation. That phrase can sound clinical, but it points to a harsh reality. The danger was inside a family structure, behind closed doors, away from outside eyes. So the deeper question becomes, who should have noticed sooner? Neighbors, family members, caseworkers, educators, anyone who might have sensed that something was off, even if they could not name it. Sometimes people say they had no idea. Other times they say they assumed someone else was handling it. Either way, the result is the same. A child remains unseen. A rescue can happen in one day, but recovery does not. Doctors evaluate injuries and illnesses. Social workers build safety plans. Investigators gather evidence. Courts sort facts. And the children have to learn a new rhythm, one where help is consistent, where care is routine, and where fear has fewer places to hide. This story is not just about charges and court dates. It is about systems that depend on small signals, school attendance, medical follow-ups, community contact, and reporting. If you ever wonder whether silence is harmless, remember this. Silence can be shelter for abuse. It can also be a delay that costs years. And in cases like this, the most important lesson is practical. If you suspect child abuse or neglect, report it to local authorities or child protective services.